हेलो एवरीवन, हेलो बिग हेलो। हाँ, आप सोच रहे हो कि कहाँ है ऑलमाइटी ब्लूज क्रिकेट। एंड यस, कम ऑन यार, अब तो आना ही था। बहुत दिन हो गए। यस आई नो, बट कुछ मेजर नहीं हुआ था। आई नो इंडिया के मैचेस चल रहे थे, बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू आईपीएल, यस कम ऑन, लाइक हम जानते हैं आईपीएल इज नेक्स्ट लेवल विच हैज बेसिकली रिजन इस बार विद 10 टीम्स, 2 एक्स्ट्रा टीम्स, जो हम बात सर्टेनली करेंगे। बट दैट इज व्हाई आई हैव अ ग्रेट पैनल विद मी आज बैक। यस, इट इज ऑलमाइटी ब्लूज क्रिकेट. Do check the links below of the panel and of course Almighty Blues FC. अगर आपने नहीं सब्सक्राइब किया, please subscribe. Press that bell notification icon and the like button so that we have more people joining the stream. We are going to discuss lots about the auctions. हम recap भी करेंगे and react as well on potential buys. So yes, firstly, I would like to welcome back Prasanna. Prasanna, welcome back to Almighty Blues Cricket. How have you been?
Yeah, man, I've been good. Always nice to talk cricket and football with you, but it's been a long time doing cricket, so it's been long due. So this might as well
Yes,
come
yes.
now in terms of the auctions, and it's gonna be a fun ride.
Correct, correct. And for those watching, as in with Prasanna, I don't know, it's a very strange thing. हम जब भी बात करते हैं when something extraordinary happens, right, about cricket. Like I remember speaking to Prasanna on the India Pakistan game when we were ousted, and of course when Virat Kohli was I mean obviously that announcement where he's not going to be captain. But yes, certainly this time hopefully it'll be on a much positive note as well. Yes, Prasanna is a CSK fan. And I'm an RCB fan, like apart from obviously Chelsea football, like people watching, like but we'll be discussing entire IPL. And again, we have another panel here, and that is Chirag. You must have seen him on Almighty Blues FC a lot. First time on Almighty Blues Cricket. Chirag, kaise ho?
Yeah, all good, all good. And interested, like auctions is this is the biggest festival of India, and it is not wrong to say it is the preparation
Yeah.
for the biggest festival.
Facts.
इस बार like again touch wood, like COVID के कारण जो रुका था last time, इस बार वो सब नहीं होगा, and
No,
we'll
but
have a good
it will
tournament.
still be hosted in a single state. They are saying because they'll confine it to
Yep.
Maharashtra, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's correct.
Three stadiums in Mumbai.
Yeah,
Correct, correct.
two in Mumbai
Yes,
and one in Pune, if I'm not wrong.
No, there are three in Mumbai actually.
Oh, good, good.
There's
So all three in
Wankhede,
Mumbai.
there's Brabon, there's DY Patil, I think so.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay,
So all in all
okay.
three.
Most possibly
Okay.
Pune, I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, you never know.
Yeah, Pune definitely have been there, but hopefully we'll have cricket. Like simply put, हाँ. चिराग भैया, आप कौन सी टीम सपोर्ट करते हो? चिराग
I
भैया
am a
बोलिए.
CSK supporter, but living in Delhi, so I have a soft corner for Delhi as well.
Okay, okay. So basically, CSK are going to bombard me with all the as a champions talk. लेकिन हाँ, मतलब it is what it is. That is what it is. But like it's a new season, so
Yeah.
let's be positive. Every year we say,
Yes.
"East Allah
Let's
Cup
let's
someday," and
let's
that is
repeat
what
what we did last year.
No,
Yes,
no, no.
it's a new
East Allah
season.
Cup
Let's repeat
someday.
what.
It's got to be RCB. But yeah, as in banter aside, let's recap. And by the way, we are going to have Shrey joining us as well from Shrey FC in about 10 minutes. So do stick on. So here is a recap about the retained players, right? I hope you're able to see. So quick reaction. Lot of surprises there. Obviously, CSK fans in the house. So CSK के पहले बात कर लेते हैं. So Prasanna, MS Dhoni first of all, like being retained. I know ये mega auction है, and for me it was surprising. Like I'll be honest with you. Yes, his leadership cannot be kind of seconded. Legend in the making and all that. Like we know that he's not going to be a long-term player in CSK anyway. So what was the idea about retaining MS Dhoni for you?
I mean, I think it was just to give the next captain a platform to take over. Most possibly, it's a transition because I think the next captain could possibly be Ruturaj Gaikwad because he has captained Maharashtra state team and he has done well. Both in Vijay Hazare Trophy, he has done well. And obviously, for CSK's last season, towards the end of 2020, he was absolutely superb. So I think just the transition. I think this is probably 1 or 2 years might be like say MS Dhoni to Ruturaj Gaikwad kind of thing. I think he doesn't just want to throw Gaikwad under the bus saying, okay, you be captain this year itself and I'm going to step out. I'm not sure that's what Dhoni thinks. Possibly it's 1 or 2 years. He might be there. He will guide Gaikwad on things. Gaikwad will probably get the stepping stone. And I genuinely think Gaikwad will be our next captain. But otherwise, I thought Moeen Ali was a fantastic buy for us last year. And no surprises retaining him. Dereja was pretty obvious. And I was thinking maybe Faf to maybe Deepak Sar or Shardul Thakur but they only saw 3 or 4 players you can retain.
Yeah, we would have actually
most
done our whole
basket
11.
team. Exactly, because
CSK,
all
that
of
is
them have,
CSK for you.
all of them have actually done well. But
And talking about CSK's captaincy itself, like I'm also hearing that maybe in between the tournament this year itself, Dhoni might hand over the captaincy to Jadeja as well, because Jadeja is an experienced campaigner, and they are looking for a new captain in the making, I can say, for the coming years, and maybe Jadeja is the perfect fit. You
Yeah,
can
I was thinking
actually
Jadeja,
get.
honestly.
See, Chennai
Yeah.
is a team who relies on experience, and that is very clear. Be it their auction strategy or be it their retentions, they rely on experience. And Jadeja is a player who can give you 3 to 4 years very easily, seeing his fitness, the way he performs. So maybe a very good captain potential, and then maybe you can groom a player like Ruturaj for the
Ruturaj.
future.
Right, right.
and
मतलब
also
एक
not to
question मैं
mention,
yeah,
not to forget, this
right.
this is the last auction I'm hearing.
Yeah,
After this, it
this
will
is the
just
last
be
auction, so you cannot miss out on your players who you are not going to get next year. You cannot stay that मैं next year ले लूंगा या फिर I can see a similar profile in the next auction, not in this auction. So you had to retain your core.
yeah.
Let's see, let's see. I know like things change. Like let's be honest with IPL, but yeah, you can only go by what you see, right?
Yeah,
New teams being added and new rules being added. That it'll basically take a lot of turns. But मैं question पूछना चाहूँगा again. Sticking to CSK, Moeen Ali, like again being RCB, we always do that. Get players, not give them chances. Make sure that they are made to feel not wanted, and then they go elsewhere and open up with both arms. I don't know. So Moeen Ali, as in again, a great retention for me. Like, but like Prasanna said, right? As in Prasanna, like surprised that say Deepak Chahar or maybe Shardul Thakur were not really
but
retained compared to
but they
Moeen Ali.
could not. No, they cannot be retained over them because you had to pick one foreigner at least if you're going for all four signings. You cannot
Exactly.
pick more
So that's
than
what I meant.
Indian players.
So
Three Indian players.
correct. But
Yeah.
what I meant is like Ruturaj Gaikwad. I know that he's probably the pin-up boy in Indian cricket in terms of as in youngsters. Like for me, someone looking over a Deepak Chahar or a Shardul Thakur जो बहुत सीजन से करते आ रहे राइट वो थोड़ा सा मतलब सरप्राइजिंग था मतलब जस्ट एज एन आउटसाइडर लाइक आई एम एन आरसीबी फैन बट
No, no,
अगेन
I
इट
agree,
इज
but
बेसिकली
it was just the point that you cannot drop Jadeja or Ruturaj. Ruturaj, the way
राइट
he's
राइट
playing, maybe the best domestic player right now. The way he's scoring, he's flourishing in domestic cricket, and Jadeja is a no-brainer. The
The
pillar of
fact
in.
that we retain him for 6 crores is such a steal.
Yeah, I agree. It's a
Yeah,
steal if you are getting him for 6 crore, because if tomorrow he would have been in the auction, he is going for something like 10 to 12 crores easily.
easy. And I think, and speaking about Deepak Chahar and Sardar, they will definitely go for higher prices because I think Indian players definitely are assets, and Indian players do tend to go for more because they are kind of assets. So I think we might get either one of them, but if we can get the two of them, it would be
Yeah,
superb.
but and also the profile that they have, both of them, Deepak Chahar and Shardul Thakur, they can do with the ball, with the bat, and that too seeming all rounders. So in India, this is a rarity, I'll say, and this is the reason we are lacking, according to many people, in the Indian cricket, that we do not have such profiles.
right. And as we say that, we have a Mumbai Indians fan in the house. Shrey, brother, how are you?
Hello, hello.
I'm audible.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, perfect.
I think it is internet was causing a lot of problems. So finally happy to be back and Mumbai Indians fan. You can see the four-time winners, and I think I've also a CSK fan in here. So I think it's going to be just an amazing time to chat with a CSK fan.
Exactly.
definitely.
And
I'm up
I'm
for it.
certainly, feeling like, I have nothing to lose. Like RCB, come on, like in front of CSK. And in a way, Delhi also, right? As in the same boat. Like,
I feel for
although
you,
Delhi.
brother.
No, no, no. I am happy with the
No,
Delhi
don't
thing.
feel, don't feel. Trust me, that is the passion that RCB fans have. No matter what, every year we just go and we have the same slogan. We don't change nothing. Even Virat Kohli, like retaining him, like I'll kind of definitely share there. But yeah, big up to TF50 here. Yes, karte, yes, absolutely. But KKR CSK now KKR is interesting. We'll come to KKR as well. Like in RCB की बात करना चाहूँगा. Honestly, like time and again, we know RCB's strategy in terms of retaining and buying players. It has been like everyone's puzzle. वो पता नहीं क्या क्या करते हैं in terms of priorities. Every year they say we want the balanced squad. हो भी सकता है last 2 साल में balanced squad था, लेकिन again you don't have Virat Kohli as your captain. That's a fact. And then you can only I think kind of retain 3 players थे. they went with Mohammad Siraj and Virat Kohli. Like again, putting all eggs in one basket wala cheese. Time and again that kind of continues. Yes, definitely Virat Kohli ko nahi retain karna would have been a huge gamble. Lekin at the same time, for me,
किसको
like the
करते
way
हैं
I
आप?
see it,
आप किसको
like
करते हैं?
Devdutt Padikkal or Yuzi Chahal were my picks. Honestly, मैं बोलूँ तो.
But both of them said na that they won't be the third choice. That is the problem.
Exactly, they won't be the third choice.
Padikkal ने नहीं बोला, but Chahal
अरे
said
वही
this.
तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ. विराट कोहली being retained was a question mark for me because आप कैप्टन नहीं रख रहे हो. Absolutely yes, and I agree. Lot of fans here and people watching will be shocked.
He is the best cricketer batsman in India that you cannot deny. And
नहीं,
if you
लेकिन
let
ये buy
him go in
impact
the
ना.
auction,
Exactly. So exactly, that's a huge risk. But that is the risk that probably RCB has to look beyond, like look forward. And for me, like once you have Glenn Maxwell and you basically have that batsman in there, more importantly, we don't have that all rounder. We don't have that that the spinner in them, and that is something that we really need. I know we don't know कि कौन से venue में हम खेलने वाले हैं, but again, I don't know. Like uh, I'll ask you, Prasanna, because I think we've been speaking about RCB as well with you a long time ago. Lekin
Yeah.
I remember speaking to you about RCB's number 6, number 7, number 8 positions, right? As in, if you were RCB, which were the players that you would have gone for? And I'll probably switch to slide 3 here, because here we are seeing a lot of players here. For RCB, yeah, we'll come back to the captain, but for you, which are those players which are like a must for RCB, knowing the years that we've gone by?
I think missing out of Chahal was a shock because Siraj, yes, there was a definite pick because he's a fast bowler that one base is covered. Chahal spinner, that base would have been covered because he's been a consistent spinner. And imagine having such a record at the Chinnaswamy where it is a batting friendly wicket. It's just unbelievable that Chahal has done that. And him not being retained, it was a big shock. Kohli, yes, I mean, I think he would have probably been one of the first names because he for his record that he has done, but off late his form has dropped off so bad that he definitely, he definitely looks like he kind of needs a break. Like I don't know, is it a break? I don't know whether to say like a break or something like because the loss of captaincy has because even though he's lost his captaincy, his form hasn't been that great, to be honest. I mean, South Africa ODIs, he did well, but West Indies ODIs, this is probably this is his first ODI series without a 50 since 2015. So that's how he has been consistent throughout. And I think Kohli retaining made sense, though. I mean, you have to
obviously, and he's also the best sellable figure. If you are talking all over the country, not just as a celebrity, if you are these are franchises who want to make money. Virat Kohli brings you money, and this is like a no-brainer. Virat Kohli is coming with a lot of money.
He's your number one shirt seller.
Yeah,
He's the Mr. RCB.
Yeah, he's the Mr. RCB. He's your.
Yeah, that's a fact. Again, at some point we have to move. Like AP de Villiers retired, and you need to keep Kohli. I understand that. Like
Well, here's one thing. APD had age on his side. He was 37. He was not going to go on forever. Kohli is still he's still 32. He has probably 5 or 6 years. Whether he can go back to his peak
and also just one innings, and we will all be backing him again for leading the Indian side in the batting order.
Okay, no.
Like,
okay,
we still
people,
back
I
him.
would like to correct myself here. When I say I personally did not want to retain Kohli because I wanted 4 people to be retained. Firstly, because that is something that we don't want to put all the eggs in one basket. But at the same time, I definitely would like to buy back Kohli. Is what my strategy would have been, by hook or by crook. Lekin I would not keep that as a priority.
You are not getting him less than 15 crore, and when you know that 2 franchises are coming, they would have taken that. Yeah. Any time Virat Kohli is taking more than 50.
Anyway, that's opinion, right? And then again. So let's move on to Mumbai Indians, right? Because I think Shrey, I know Mumbai Indians last time काफी disappoint की थी. You can safely say that. लेकिन we know it Mumbai एक season अच्छा करती है, एक season नहीं करती. That's something that we can probably expect. Now they have again retained their big guns. मतलब 4 लोग हैं. लेकिन just like CSK, we know why CSK or Mumbai Indians are so successful because they have retained their core over the years. Lekin again, was there not basically a kind of argument कि Kyron Pollard is not having his age on his side in terms of the long run, because like Prasanna and Chirag said, it's going to be last option, at least on paper. So maybe looking forward, maybe retaining Ishan Kishan or maybe one of the bowlers. Like I was surprised, for example, Trent Bolt who often has been undermined. बहुत ही
Yeah.
underrated है मुंबई के लिए and generally in international cricket. What is your opinion, Shrey, on this?
I think the overall thing that I think you have summed it well, but also the thing with Kieran Pollard, see, Mumbai are a team that works in a really good strategy. Like last year, we had 8 overseas players. So for Kieran Pollard, the competition was Jimmy Neesham. For Nathan Coulter-Nile and Adam Mill, both were fighting against each other. For Trent Bolt, Mumbai had a left-arm bowler in Marco Jansen. And for Quinton de Kock, Mumbai had an attacking cricketer, right-handed batsman in Chris Lynn. So Mumbai work in a very good combination. Now, if you see the retained list of Mumbai Indians, Rohit Sharma is just like Kohli for RCB. It's a heartbeat for Mumbai. And Jasprit Bumrah is one of, if not the best fast bowler in the world. And he's going to be at that top for, you can say, 10 years at least. Then you can say Surya Kumar Yadav. Now, for me, it was always between Surya Kumar Yadav or Ishan Kishan. And I think they had to choose Surya Kumar Yadav for his consistency performances for Mumbai. Now, for Kieran Polasi, on one hand, I do agree that age is not on his side and his performances have been dipping. He wasn't good in the last IPL season as well, and he has not been good for some time. He has had occasional 80 of 30 balls, occasional 60 runs, but then he has had a dipping season. But I think in India also we believe in one quotation, and that is ki ek bada hona chahiye. I think with Kieran Pollard, what Mumbai want to continue is they want to continue the seniority and that person who has won the things with them. With Ishan Kishan, I think they were a bit afraid that uh, because see Rohit is there, but they need another leader with Rohit. And I think Kieran Pollard provides Rohit the backup. Mumbai have always been about seniority. Rohit Sharma, Harbhajan Singh, Sachin Tendulkar at particular point of time. Then Harbhajan left and Kieran Pollard took on the reins of vice captain. I think with Ishan Kishan, Surya Kumar Yadav, and so many youngsters in the team, I think it could have ended disastrously for Mumbai. Just like CSK, if you see CSK's retained list is Rabinder Jadeja, Moeen Ali, which was no surprise, MS Dhoni. Now, these are the things that I think Mumbai CSK always follow, and they have been doing it for a long time. Now you know that we have another mega auction, but every mega auction is done in 3 years. So now it's 2022. The next mega auction will be in 2025. You won't see Mumbai Indians, Chennai Super Kings going there buying 10 players next year, 10
No, but
players the
will
year
it be,
after.
Shrey? Sorry to cut you, but that's the big question. Will it be? Because as per reports, matlab again, I kind of disagree with the reports. A lot of things change in Indian cricket. Lekin as per reports, I think Prasanna and Chirag are right. Like, technically, this is the last auction.
Yeah.
That's what I can say.
This
So
is
No,
the
no, I
last
think
option,
there
but
will be, but they will
transfers
be in
will be
between
on.
allowed. Yeah, trading
Yeah,
and everything. I
transfers.
think that will be allowed.
Yeah,
trading,
transfers
of
will be
course.
on.
Yeah.
Obviously,
But
it
like
will turn to a
mega
football
auction
system.
nahi hoga, right?
Yeah, it
Right,
will turn to a
exactly.
football system.
Yeah.
Correct.
Transfer
Well,
window
let's
will
see.
be
As
on.
in, and that is where the new teams come in, ना? क्योंकि इतने सारे teams हैं, and I know लंबा tournament. I think technically we are playing what? Let's actually look at the schedule. क्योंकि
74
it's from
matches.
April 2nd to June 1st is what tentative dates are. लेकिन this is interesting. Now let's get into the actual auction, and we'll come back to Delhi as well, Chirag, and other teams as well. लेकिन it's very interesting that England are playing New Zealand, if I'm not wrong. Last test series शुरू होने वाला है towards I think beginning of June, so they'll be back by May end. New Zealand, I know they prioritize on T20 and IPL cricket. England, I'm not too sure. लेकिन it being a T20 World Cup year, you never know. And I think South Africa, like again, Bangladesh के साथ है. But if say for example like Rabada is one of the marquee names that we saw. If he's playing in the test matches, like he may miss 4-5 matches at least to begin with. And despite this being basically one big auction for a long time to come as well, it might be coming into a lot of franchises mind. Australia basically, I see Australia वो Pakistan के जो series होने वाला है, they'll probably send a different team. Come on, we know
No, they've
Australia
sent full
good.
strength. They've
Are
sent
you
full
sure?
strength team. Yeah,
Yeah,
squad was
yeah.
announced.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's full
okay.
strength.
Okay. My bad. So it's interesting then again, Australia, like, after India, obviously Australia has the highest number of players in this particular, pool of players that are going under the hammer. So that'll be interesting as well. And Sri Lanka, Hasaranga is a name that हम all-rounders की बात कर रहे थे. RCB, I know we tend not to use people that we buy. That's our strategy. Anyway, but yes, certainly, I think Sri Lanka is interesting because आई थिंक प्रॉब्ली वो एक दो नाम ही है और वो भी आप गैम्बल करना चाहोगे कि नहीं. डेफिनेटली वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. बट कमिंग बैक टू बेसिकली दिस पर्टिकुलर स्लाइड, क्योंकि यस दिल्ली की बात करते चिराग. नाउ वी स्पोक अबाउट कैप्टेंसी एंड विल कम बैक टू आरसीबी's कैप्टेंसी अगेन. लेकिन दिल्ली अगेन श्रेयस अय्यर को नहीं रिटेन करना was a clear thing that यार we want to basically have a
Even
clear focus.
even Iyer did not want to settle at
Exactly.
Delhi because
Right.
see, he has that Mumbai connection, and he knows that when he is going into the auction, he has that money, power, attraction. If he is going into the auction, he is going to be the biggest buy, one of the biggest buy, if not the biggest buy. Anyone who's looking for captain will have to go big for Shreyas Iyer, and also I feel so he'll go to Mumbai because his agency that he is handling, or who is handling his all the works, is Ambani owned company. so
Okay.
uh,
Interesting. Interesting.
so we
Nice.
all
Nice
know
one
where
there.
he is heading to, and Mumbai needs a captain after Rohit Sharma, a captain to be under Rohit Sharma. And that will be Shreyas Iyer. He is a local Mumbai boy, and a lot of things were there because if Shreyas Iyer would not have left Delhi, oh sorry, if he would have left Delhi, he would have either gone to Gujarat or Lucknow, but he did not go there because he just
Yeah.
wanted
लेकिन
one clear
But
vision.
I think he also did not choose Gujarat, and I think Lucknow is. I think he knows he can go for a big prize. I think for this
So, okay,
IPL players,
but Gujarat and Lucknow would have given any price to you. They would have given you 16
Yeah.
crores. And in the mega auction, if you are expecting to be a single oriented player, because he's just a batsman and can do the captaincy work, but he's not your all rounders or something
I
that
think
you
the thing.
won't find.
I think the thing is that I think you're wrong is Gujarat and Lucknow. I think there's a limit in salary cap. You cannot play every player 15, 16 crores.
No,
I
no, no,
think
no. So
Lucknow paid 17
Pandya,
crores for Lokesh Rahul.
but they won't have taken a Pandya na, because the news earlier that broke
Oh
out
yeah.
was that they would have gone for see a year at first, because Pandya would have gone into the auction, then you could have taken him. Ayer is an obvious choice. You are gambling with Pandya as the captain now, but with Ayer you would have been a certain.
fair enough. Great point there. लेकिन हाँ
And rest
मैं
of
थोड़ा
the
सा मतलब
choices. Mhm.
या मैं सरप्राइज हूँ क्योंकि यार एज एन आई नो चिराग आप बोलो कि मुंबई में जाएगा श्रेयस अय्यर
I
लेकिन देयर
feel so.
आर टीम्स लाइक आरसीबी है आई थिंक यू कैन से पंजाब है टू सम एक्सटेंट लाइक केकेआर टू सम
KKR
एक्सटेंट
and
कैप्टन्स
yeah,
और कौन है इंडियन कैप्टन्स में लाइक इफ यू हैव टू लाइक रियली पिक चिराग आउट देयर हु इज अवेलेबल एज एन इंडियन कैप्टन शिखर धवन मे बी
Indian
श्रेयस
I
captain.
अय्यर
think Sunrisers Hyderabad. I think they could really have Shreyas Iyer as captain.
No, no,
Sunrisers
no.
Hyderabad.
No, they
Williamson,
have
Williamson,
Williamson, I think. They have
Oh,
Williamson. He will be
Williamson.
captain.
So
yeah, yeah. No,
Williamson
we'll go
will
one by
get
one.
the.
Let's go one by one. So, firstly, let's see who the captain options. Like ये marquee players ही दिखा रहा हूँ अभी and on the big buys, potential big buys. So इस list में आप देख रहे हो जो जहाँ तक मुझे दिखता है, correct me if I'm wrong, Shreyas Iyer among Indian players is a potential captain, right? Ashwin maybe
Ishan
not.
Kishan.
Like I
Why not
don't.
Ishan Kishan?
Captain, मतलब really,
Yeah,
मतलब
why
if you
not?
see he's ready for a
He led
captaincy,
the
like
under Indian 19 World Cup team. He led his he is leading Ranchi's
okay, but
home team,
no,
domestic team.
I agree. No, he has it in them in the future, and of course he can. Like, I'm imagining a real situation. Imagine
Yeah,
RCB, Ishan
I'm
Kishan
going real.
captaining Virat Kohli. Like, just
Yeah,
imagine that
I
situation.
can see that. I can see that. Even Virat Kohli
Oh
was
wow.
captaining Dhoni for in at Indian level, like at the international level. You have to
Yeah,
see
but
that.
Virat Kohli had already made his name to some extent. Yeah, at that
No, no,
point,
no.
like
Like
for
Shreyas Iyer
he.
was captaining the likes of every experienced Delhi player that you had.
Yeah,
And
Suresh
yeah,
Raina.
I think
Suresh
he
that
Raina is a
long
good point.
injury, I think the long injury that made that kept him out of the first part of the IPL is one of the reasons. If he was,
no, no,
Yeah.
no. No, Shreyas Iyer, I'm saying Shreyas Iyer
yeah,
captained
that's
players like
what.
Gautam Gambhir.
If he was if he didn't get that injury, he would definitely be retained as by Delhi Capitals as a captain.
Maybe.
Yeah.
See, I still doubt because if you had choice between Rishabhanth and Shreyas Iyer to retain one, because the other will leave, both will want to be the first choice. Delhi is
Oh yeah.
Pant was
Pant is
never a
a Delhi
captaincy
boy.
choice. That was the thing. It was only that Shreyas Iyer, he had to take Shreyas Iyer injury for
Yeah,
Rishabh
yeah.
Pant to be captain.
Yeah.
Captain,
Or
I
else they would
agree.
have retained both of them,
No,
and they
no,
wouldn't have retained Prithvi Shaw.
Yeah, that
no.
momentum
No, with
swing away.
hindsight, they wouldn't have
No,
gone.
but
Yeah, yeah. No,
Pant
I agree with Prasanna
wouldn't
here
have
because
settled for 12 crore. Pant would have never taken 12 crore. Take
Why
it in
not?
written from me.
Why not?
Because
नहीं
if you
Chirag,
ask
like
me, yeah,
no. See, basically, what Prasanna is trying to say here. Let me correct. Correctly put it. Correct me if I'm wrong, Prasanna.
Yeah.
लेकिन the situation क्या था? Situation क्या था कि basically Delhi was playing a very good kind of tournament, और Shreyas Iyer was a person who was basically leading them, not
yeah.
only basically in terms of captaincy but even in performance. और then वो injury हुई, जिसके कारण maybe you can say कि his performance would have dipped, or and at the same time they needed a new captain in his absence. So Pant was promoted, and then Pant obviously took them to the finals. लेकिन at the same time, you know that Shreyas Iyer as a captaincy, अब really पूछो तो he's probably a better option as a captain, but because
Yeah.
of the fact that that injury took away his form, and at the same time, once he comes back, he cannot become the captain because Pant has taken you to the finals. So now you're in a situation of basically two basically big boys in the same basket, right? And that's where Shreyas Iyer kind of preferred to move out because yeah, he knew that he wants to become a captain. इसीलिए मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि यार in a strange way for Delhi, it would have been better if Shreyas Iyer would have been captain and Rishabh Pant would have been out. लेकिन at the same time, you as a player lose Rishabh Pant, so you cannot
You
lose that.
Yes, I'll again put the point that for money you have to do that because if you ask me, after Kohli, when you see advertisements on TV, the next guy in the Indian cricket is Rishabh Pant. He is the poster boy. He is a West
Yeah.
Delhi guy,
Yeah, yeah,
Delhi
yeah,
boy.
correct.
So you cannot go against a Delhi boy who is the biggest name in the Indian team right now.
Yeah, like let's hope that he basically picks up his captaincy. I know, well, he's still learning, so I think it will be a good one. But
Yeah, like people
apart
are still
from
going vouching for him to the Indian captain, and we are
yeah,
still
yeah,
waiting for the Delhi captain.
yeah, but let's talk about Punjab because we haven't spoken about Punjab. So Shrey,
No,
I'll come to you.
let's do KKR first because Fanatic TV is very much excited. I can see from his charts.
Okay,
Let's
okay,
do that
let's
for him.
go. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
let's do
KKR
that
करते
for
हैं.
him.
चलो चलो चलो
Yeah,
KKR का ऑक्शन बाइस के लिए बहुत ही ज्यादा
When you
एक्साइटेड
said
हूँ मैं.
Punjab, I was kind of thinking because apparently Preeti Zinta is not going to be at the auction, so we'll miss some fun. Basically, her lifting for every player.
and
Interesting,
she mocking
interesting.
Aryan Khan
Absolutely, absolutely. So
after buying Shah Rukh Khan.
coming to KKR, guys, Shrey, I'll come to you. So KKR में again, I know we'll look at the people who have they have retained. Now they have Andre Russell. आपको पता है कि basically half the season वो नहीं खेलने वाला, लेकिन will be a match winner potential in the other matches. Varun Chakravarti, yes, he's had his fitness problems as well, लेकिन IPL में that वो somehow he gets the consistency going. I think Venki Iyer is a great choice. मतलब left field था थोड़ा, लेकिन I think one option था TA50 was saying have Venki Iyer and Devdutt Padikkal maybe open क्योंकि शुभमन गिल को they let go. That was a huge call, and of course which Gujarat made sure they took great opportunity. And Sunil Narayan again, it's on off होता है, लेकिन IPL again he turns up. लेकिन कोई भी is not really a captaincy material, right? So in this captaincy list of potential options in marquee players, knowing what KKR is and knowing what Karthik has done, Shrey, what is your best fit for KKR? I'm kind of having a left field choice here. मुझे लगता है Manish Pandey has unfinished business in KKR. Please comment, Shrey.
Exactly.
I think for me, at first, I look at David Warner, but we have to remember that Australia players will be unavailable for some part of the campaign. So it doesn't make sense to pay big money for Warner and make him the captain. Now, if you see the list of India players, I think Ishan Kishan has the one that potential to be a very good player with Venkatesh Iyer, the explosive opening partnership. For me, if I look at the overseas one, I think Jason Roy is a very, very good choice, if I'm being very, very honest. Venkatesh Iyer and Jason Roy opening is going to be one of the most destructive opening partnership that I think you'll see in the IPL. But for me, the concern is in terms of captaincy. They were Venkatesh Iyer, Russell, Chakravarti Narayan. None of them are captaincy material. Now, if you see in the list, I think Manish Pandey, as much as I agree, and he has an unfinished business, is still going on a player that's still unproven. His last IPL was not as good. So it's risk. It can bear fruit, but it's a risk for an IPL team. And remember, this is a very important option for all these teams. They won't be ready to take big risk, which can cause them very, very big in the end. Now, if you see this list, I think the captain material, I just don't see anyone that can become their captain. Shreyas Iyer, I think, has football medical said very, very well. I think his eyes is set on Mumbai or some other team because he will go very high in the auction. And on the other hand, you see Shikhar Dhawan. Now, Shikhar Dhawan is a good choice, but I did not enjoy his captaincy in the India Sri Lanka
India Sri
series. I think
Lanka.
he was a bit passive, defensive. I think he wasn't a young captain you're looking for. I think, to be honest, I really liked Venkatesh Iyer last season and his leadership qualities. I think he could be groomed to be a captain for
Wow.
the future, and you can
But
build on
not
a
this
player
year.
like Jason Roy.
But not this
But
year.
who? But I think who have they got now? To be really honest, if you see this list, I think
I
Steven
mean,
Smith is
Manish
the
Pandey
captain
was never
material.
like a captain whenever they played individual
Exactly.
roles.
Yeah, Manish Pandey could go to RCB
मतलब
as
he
a
has
captain.
unfinished
I think
business दोनों ही जगह.
Australia player. I think can it
Yeah.
be like one more just shout? Fab du Plessis could be a very good choice for captaincy and opening with them with
Shrey,
Venkatesh
Long
Iyer.
term,
Shrey,
but do you see
are you
long
seeing
term?
Faf being let down by like Chennai? he is like a Chennai born player, you can say.
But
And
Chennai, see,
do you think?
Chennai will also have to fill the team, and I think Fab will go for a big price. Now the budgets
Okay.
can really turn around the table. Like Chennai can have a less budget at that time, and
Yeah.
KKR can have a more budget. And Ankit, brother, just one point I want to make. I think I do not agree with this thing that a small age player is only required to be the captain. These IPL teams are not building a future for Indian cricket. They are only favoring their
Exactly.
own franchise. They want to earn their
Correct.
franchise the most profit. Now, RCB will forever keep Kohli as a captain, not a young player. If it was in their hands, if Kohli did not resign, RCB will never have sacked him because he was their
Definitely.
absolutely cash cow. These franchises, see, let's be brutally honest, a business. So they will only want player that can be highly marketable, that has the capacity to win them IPL trophies. It's not a long term, oh, make this guy a captain is a long term for India. That's Indian BCCI's duty. That's not a franchise duty. And this is why I think you're not going to see many young captains. Shreyas Iyer is an experienced captain. Rishabhanth was more on the hype and they had no other availability. Other than that, Mumbai have an experienced captain, Chennai have an experienced captain, Sunrisers have an experienced captain, and I can see KKR going for an experienced captain as well.
So
And
experience
maybe
में
a
मैं
player like Ian Morgan can return as well, because one
Yeah,
franchisee that favors such captains is Kolkata. And all said and
hmm,
done, he was not in form in the last year, but he took them into the finals. No one can forget that they played the final
yeah.
against Chennai.
yeah,
Ian
fair
Morgan
enough.
is a
But I
very
think
good
लेकिन
shout.
the only condition is that only four overseas players can play in a match. So Narayan and Russell have already confirmed two places. So
Okay,
if
so
KKR want to fill their team,
yeah, so go
okay,
for
so
so
Morgan and take a fast bowler, I'll say.
yeah, that's a good choice.
Because
okay,
last year
so
they were having a problem because they did not have players. They did not have
Yeah,
Indian fast
hello,
bowlers to
hello,
fill
hello,
up.
everybody hear
They
me?
no, we can hear you.
Okay.
Sorry, it's
Yeah,
a
I'm
trademark.
just trying to make a point here. Sticking to the same point, Chirag, I'll come to you first. Let's go one by one. So the point is, I know Owen Morgan, got them to finals and all that. लेकिन वही performance नहीं थी. So I think it's a clear teller कि they don't want Owen Morgan as a captain and they want someone new. मेरे लिए, लेकिन
No, no,
they
no,
want
no,
some.
no, no.
Let me complete. Let me complete. Na? So the point that I'm trying to make here is they might have someone who was there in the team as the future captain. और एक नाम हम देखे तो उसमें Pat Cummins. पैट कमिंस इज समवन जो इज अ कैप्टेंसी मटेरियल प्रॉपर एंड अगेन आई नो वो बहुत ही ज्यादा वैल्यू के लिए जाएगा पॉसिबली अगेन बट यू नो दैट ही काइंड ऑफ नोज के यार उसके पास कैप्टेंसी का एक्सपीरियंस हो गया है प्रॉपर एंड ही काइंड ऑफ इज एन ऑलराउंडर आल्सो इन अ सेंस नाउ तो चिराग वुड यू गो फॉर पैट कमिंस इंस्टेड एंड लुक फॉरवर्ड दैट वे
You can, but see, everyone is saying that he has got the experience of captaincy. He has got the experience of red ball captaincy. There's a huge
Let's go
difference in
against
red ball
England.
captaincy. For me, right now, the best T20 team is England, and the worst red
yeah,
ball team is England. You see the difference in the two balls.
I think
Yeah,
absolutely correct.
that is very obvious to say. And to be honest, I can see they might again go for Pat Cummins, but going for an Australian pacer. See, they are हिंदी में बोलूँ तो किसी के नहीं होते. They can back out on the very last moment that we are not going to play
Absolutely.
this year. We want rest.
Hmm.
This is a typical Australian thing that they have been doing for long, and I don't think they are going to trust a player like Pat Cummins for the captaincy. And also, you said that they would have retained Ian Morgan to show him faith, but the four players they have retained, if they would not have retained those four, now they would have never got them at the prices
Yeah,
that they are getting them right now. Varun Chakravarti, the mystery
fair
spinner, he
point.
is going very high always. Venkatesh Iyer is the most demanded player in Indian cricket right now, and Ian Morgan you'll still get for a 4 to 5 crore right now as well.
Right, right. Prasanna, यहाँ पर एक comment आया है and we'll take that because yes, DJ Bravo, I know that we've been, kind of CSK has been depending on him on a lot of years. Like, where are you placed, Prasanna, on this? Because being a CSK stan, I know that DJ Bravo has been your match winner. Would you think it's probably time for DJ Bravo to probably, finish off in some other franchise and you can see basically a KKR going for him? Like, what is your prediction on DJ Bravo?
I mean, wherever he goes, he'll still be playing. That's the thing, because if he's fit, he walks into any 11. We can probably give that in writing. I think probably CSK will buy him back. I think he still has probably 2 or 3 years with him, because he's just playing franchise cricket. He's not playing even for West Indies, or he's not playing test matches. He's just playing franchise cricket. So if you're just playing franchise cricket, you can go on at least till you're 41 or 42, like how Brendan McCullum did.
Yeah.
He finished with the Brisbane Heat at the age of 41 or something. I'm not exactly sure. But since you're just playing franchise cricket, I think he can go on for probably 2 or 3 years. And I think they will look to get him back.
And
I think they will.
another example is Chris Gayle.
Yeah, I don't think Chris Gayle is in the auction.
No, 42 years and he's still playing. So
Yeah,
he
yeah,
extended his run till 42 years.
yeah. That's
Fair
what.
enough.
So I think we will definitely buy him back because he was only playing fantasy cricket. So and
Yeah,
worst case just T20s for West Indies. So he's not playing ODIs. He's not playing Test matches. And since he
fair
had
enough.
this follow, the whole West Indies, the whole team, they had follow-ups with board from plenty of years ago. Most of them just resorted to playing just franchise cricket. So I think we will get him back. I think we will get him
I
back.
agree. I
Think
agree.
so?
We will get him back because Dhoni loves such profiles who are good in fielding, who are good in batting, and who can bowl you the crucial overs. So Dhoni will
Like,
I
go all
think
out for
which
him.
are yeah.
if you even see
Go
the
ahead, Shrey.
BPL right now, the Bangladesh Premier League, I think he has been hitting a lot of runs. He has taken wickets in the death overs. I think the thing with Bravo is that as much as we have to agree that he's not the same Bravo, and you cannot give him proper 4 overs in a proper high octane tournament like IPL, because I cannot compare IPL to Bangladesh Premier League. But the thing with Bravo is he's a very valuable player to have in the squad. His overall persona, his aura in the team, his winning mentality, his goodness with the young players, the understanding with MS Dhoni. There's some things that the money or something cannot buy, and that's the class of the player. And I think DJ Bravo has that thing, and when he will be available, I cannot see a big auction going on for him. Like everyone putting their plates up and saying, "Oh, I want Bravo." You can get him cheap. You can have him in the squad. You need 8 overseas players. He can have such a good influence in the team, a role model for youngsters. And I think CSK and some other teams will look at him.
And obviously CSK will also miss on Sam Curran this year. So they need a
Yeah.
all-rounder who can play of that sort. They will go all out for him.
Okay, guys, I have one again name to pop out here. क्योंकि हाँ, मतलब I feel that maybe DJ Bravo, हाँ, certainly he's had a great tenure in CSK, and maybe a new kind of franchise will give him a new role towards the end. I don't know, possibly, or maybe CSK will buy him like you said. लेकिन एक जन जो बहुत ही basically has been under the radar, has really been doing well international cricket में is Jason Holder. Like again, I'll come to the all-rounder section here because. I know literally every team needs all-rounders, let's be honest, when it comes to IPL. Lekin, I'll take a quick prediction here, Chirag. So, Jason Holder, do you see him firstly captaining an IPL side?
I can. The way I'm hearing news around the cricket, I can.
Yeah, and apart from Jason Holder, which other all-rounder do you think is going to go for the big money this time?
Mitch Marsh, I think so. Can go big.
Yeah,
He
Mitch
has
Marsh is
been
a great
playing
shout.
brilliantly. All-rounder Shardul Thakur, if you categorize him as an all-rounder, he's a good
Yeah,
shout. And
Indian
in
के लिए
India,
यार all-rounder definitely यार Indian cricket के लिए तो we have been struggling to get all-rounders. लेकिन certainly he's
who are the
improved
other
his
all-rounders
batting
in
a
the
lot.
who are the other all-rounders in the bracket? Yeah, Lord
Yeah, let me
Thakur,
actually
definitely Lord Chaher.
I
Chaher
think
could be a
there's
good
Benny,
option.
well, Odin Smith.
Yeah, but
Odin
Odion Smith,
Smith,
I
yeah.
don't see as a all-rounder. He is just a Caribbean who can bowl because every Caribbean can hit for long, and that is a sure
Yeah.
thing. Be it an 11 number player, they can hit long. Ferguson could be a good shout. Nabi, yeah, that's it.
Nabi, exactly.
Nabi.
लेकिन वो
Hasranga.
Harshal Patel. Harshal Patel's batting ability was not used by RCB very well. He used to open for his domestic side. He
Yeah.
can even be a very good all-rounder for you.
यार मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ हर्षल पटेल is a no brainer. We have to buy him back. Finally we got एक all rounder यार decently यार. We had to buy him back. लेकिन it will be very difficult because after last season I think he's probably
This
among
Shakib,
Indians.
he's always
Shakib.
he's always a utility player, and he's always
But is he there in Bangladesh side because uh, unavailable from May 8 to 23 na Bangladesh. So
And
will that
Shakib.
be taken?
Shakib, yeah.
Yeah, I think Shakib will be
Exactly.
available because I think I just read a report. I think he has withdrawn from the test team that's been selected. So in
Okay.
ODIs, he might be available. He won't be available for test.
It might
Okay.
be
Then
just a
yeah.
match or two with that he will
Yeah,
miss.
he's leaving test cricket. I think he even gave an interview where he just wants to consider in shorter formats. So in future, we can see his retirement, I believe.
Yeah, and here TFT says पर्पल कैप विनर को रिटेन नहीं किया आरसीबी ने चीची लाइक कम ऑन मतलब वही है ना वी वर स्पॉइल्ड फॉर चॉइसेस फॉर अ चेंज क्योंकि हर साल हार्डली कोई परफॉर्म करता था इस साल फाइनली वी हैड लॉट ऑफ परफॉर्मर्स and we are seeing the future and yeah I think Prasanna has pointed out about Siraj the fact that एक फास्ट बॉलर फाइनली मिला है जो कंसिस्टेंटली कर रहा है आई नो हर्षल पटेल भी आप बोल सकते हो लेकिन हर्षल पटेल इज अ स्लोअर बॉलर हु कैन bowl fast for me he's a slow deliveries
I mean, I don't know if he just one of them unbelievable seasons. I mean, next year we'll probably know whether it was just a
true.
One
Yeah.
off.
season wonder or something like
You
that.
saw him in Delhi, right?
I don't think so. I think for me, his middle over bowling was the biggest crucial thing for RCB. And I think his slower deliveries, I think, were the biggest deceptive for batsmen. Like his slower deliveries were very uncatchable for them. Because in middle overs, you just want to get quick runs because first 6 overs are power plays. And in the end, you don't want to have a lot of pressure to hit 60, 70 runs in the last 5 overs. So I think 6 to 15 overs used to be Harshal Patel's spell. He used to come in, he used to bowl slower deliveries, and players just used to hit and get caught out. I can see him being again very, very effective this season.
That too in Chinnaswamy, where this is the thing.
No, no, no,
You
no.
get
I
out
think
to
the
hitting
reports,
shots.
if COVID,
Maharashtra.
the reports that were coming with COVID crisis are there, then matches will only be played in Mumbai. That's it.
Yeah, no, I'm saying he was effective
Long term.
last year because that
Yeah.
happens because you go to hit in Chinnaswamy, seeing the small grounds,
Hmm.
small boundaries, and you get out.
They didn't play in
But that's the
Chinnaswamy,
thing,
though.
man.
That's the thing. I
They played in
mean,
Dubai,
yeah.
Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
I don't think
But
any. I think in the first part of the season, no team played in their home ground. That was
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Chennai was playing in Mumbai, Mumbai was playing in Chennai, and everything around.
Yeah. Oh,
see,
God.
I have one point here. Like the fact is, ये mega auction है, right? That we have been saying. Like technically, we are not going to have a
I
mega
just hope
auction.
he
Yes.
does. Sorry, Kati. I just hope he doesn't become like another Unarkut because Unarkut, he had a 2017. He was literally taking wickets every single game.
Yeah,
RR bought him for big bucks. They bought him for high price again, and we all know how that turned out to be. So
He's going to Rajasthan again. Take it in return.
Worse than Harry
He's going to
Maguire.
yeah, Rajasthan definitely 10-12 crores minimum.
Yeah, minimum. If they will be getting him for 2
They have a
crores, they'll
separate
change their
cost
bid.
for him.
Yeah,
They'll
they'll
be
change their
allocating
bid.
the 10-12 crores for him. Others just 45 crores will buy other players, but we need to get Unarkut back.
Unarkut back.
Okay, so basically, it's basically an auction for a long term, na. So even though we are not playing in Chinnaswamy this time as RCB, like I would say, कि यार we'll eventually play him. So we have to see long term as well. Like we cannot just buy for this season. So Harshal Patel kind of brings a lot of things to the table. Lekin I think among spinners, ना मतलब spinners we know in IPL बहुत ही ज़्यादा important है. Apart from obviously all rounders, I'm assuming we'll go probably for the highest bucks and maybe a captaincy, potential. Like in which spinner out there, any new spinner which has come in the market, who's really good, maybe if from the under 19 side, anyone knows about any spinner, or who are you seeing like being that marquee spinner?
I think
Bishnoi could
it
have
is going to
gone
be
big.
Bishnoi. It's
Yeah,
going to
but
be
he has
Bishnoi.
Bishnoi has already
retained.
been retained. I'm telling
Yeah.
in this auction, who's going to be that spinner? According to you guys, like I'll come one by one again. Like maybe Chirag,
Hasranga?
what do you think?
Spinner, see, this
Hasranga,
might
good shout.
this time you might see something new. You might see foreign spinners going big this time. A player like Zampa, maybe he might go very big because he's a very good player. He's the way he's playing, and I feel so. One more thing, other spinners, Chahal, obviously he'll go 10 to 12 crores. It's easy. Everyone wants Chahal, and maybe a player like Rahul Chair has gone out of the book since the World Cup, but a very good player, a very handy player.
Fair
I think
enough. And
Shamsi could go for a decent price.
Yeah, world number
you
one
think
bowler.
so?
Tabre
Now,
Shamsi.
Shamsi last year played for Rajasthan Royals. I think he did not impress in the 3 or 4 matches.
Yeah.
No
I
one
doubt
impresses
it.
at Rajasthan until you are an English player. That's fixed.
Yeah, he also played for RCB.
Josh Butler.
Yeah.
Shamsi, like trust me, like being an
I think it would be
RCBian, I
Fabian
can tell
Allen.
you.
Fabian Allen could be a very big
Fabian
guy.
Allen.
Can bat and bowl.
Yeah. And Fanatic TV is asking when is the auction starting. Star Sports ने टाइम दिया है 11 AM बट बक करके शुरू होंगे वो. Actually the auction will start around 12 and अगर तुम्हें उनकी बक
Yeah.
नहीं सुन रही तो
And I'm
I will
losing
be
my sleep because it
No.
starts at 12:30 a.m. in my part of the world.
okay.
Yes,
And
yes.
अगर तुम्हें
That's
उनकी
fun.
बक नहीं सुननी, you can come on my live tomorrow. I am doing a watch along for the IPL auction. I'm inviting everyone on the panel right now as well. Anyone free can join in, and you might see the same panel tomorrow if everyone is free.
Yeah. Hopefully.
It should be a good one. Yeah, as in definitely.
I
as in,
won't be surprised if CSK get back Imran Tahir at best price.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised if Dhoni goes for a Kulcha partnership or a Ashwin Jadeja partnership again.
Yeah, because Imran Tahir, see, even at this age, look at the stats in PSL. Despite on such flat wicket, 65-meter boundaries, he's still doing the business. So
He can still run the whole pitch celebrating.
yeah.
Yeah, as in again, it depends on basically the purse as we say, right? Because as in looking at the purse again, I think Punjab have literally overhaul hoga Punjab mein to. Again, I won't be surprised if Mayank Agarwal is kind of
I missed
They
out on
even do
his
that.
name. I don't know how I slipped his name. I think Sai Kishore. He could go for
Yeah.
very big price.
Sai Kishore.
Sai
Sai Kishore
Kishore.
good. And
He did very well in Mushtaq Ali. He's done well in domestics, and I think he could go for a big prize.
and also Washington Sundar, a very good bowler alongside a batsman in the lower
Yeah.
batting order.
I think
And
even
बैट्समैन तो मत बोलो
I mean, Washington
Mahesh
Sundar, he
Theekshana,
used to
Mahesh,
open for he used to open for TNPL.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not sure why
He is a
RCB
good
wanted to
batsman.
put him way down the order and just use him
No,
for
they,
finishing.
day before yesterday, Rohit used him as is number six. If I'm not wrong. Yeah, he played number six
yeah.
for India.
I think Mahesh
Yeah.
Theekshana is the Sri Lankan player. I think he's in Ajanta Mendes region. So I think he could be another very good player that could be bought because Sri Lanka, I watched him in the ICC World T20 and he's a mystery spinner with this action that he's got. So I think he could be a player that people can look at.
And Punjab, you said that they will go under a overhaul. Even in the mini auction, they go for a overhaul. So it was the mega auction they had to. Last year also they
Yeah,
released so many
absolutely.
players. I remember.
I would like to put a quick point about Washington Sundar. हाँ मतलब the grit he has, एक mentality है that's second to none in terms of the
Yeah.
cricketer that he is. लेकिन I would like to say honestly, like yes, he did well for Pune and then he came to RCB. He did very well at times, and he's a proper T20 bowler, especially in the first 10 overs. लेकिन he's not an all-rounder. Let's be honest. He is not an all-rounder, Prasanna. He's not going to even bat well at number 1, 2, 3. Trust me, when it comes to IPL cricket, the level, he's not your player who's going to get you like 40 of 20 balls, etc. And yes, you can say that let him actually play because he's actually having great technique as well. So let him just be. But that is IPL for you. You have much better players than him. Unfortunately, that's the truth for him to play at number 1, 2, 3, and that is why RCB never played him. Like just for his bowling alone, I won't be surprised if RCB picks him back if you're able to. But yeah, I'm kind of
And
agreeing with
Kohli
that. He'll
trusts
probably
him
go for
blindly.
big money.
Kohli has the most faith in him. He has been very vocal about him. He took him to the Indian team. He said that over Ashwin, I'll play Sundar
Exactly.
any day.
Exactly. So yes, a lot of big calls. Of course, हम नए टीम्स के बारे में डिस्कस नहीं किए, लेकिन क्विकली देख लेते हैं. Of course, हार्दिक पांड्या, राशिद खान, शुभमन गिल, गुजरात टाइटंस, they are really making a team already. लग रहा है. And of course, I think Lucknow का people said कि Stoinis was surprising. Like for me, not. He brings you a lot to a T20 game, and he's your match winner. And you need match winners. And Rahul, let's be honest, his captaincy is not there in terms of that spark is not there. So Stoinis having him beside him like an experienced player will be great. लेकिन Gujarat, looking at this, I know it's very early to say.
I just hope Rahul gives others a chance to bat in Lucknow, unlike what he used to do for Punjab.
Yeah, fair enough.
He goes with some strike rate at least.
Yeah, orange cap minimum guarantee.
Yeah, but so Gujarat, like even like in the long term, they will be possibly playing in Ahmedabad only, right? As in
Yeah, that's pretty
not
obvious.
this year, but
Yeah.
exactly, right?
India's biggest stadium, the Modi
Yeah,
Financial Stadium.
so they might actually go for a lot of spinners, right? As in we know that Akshar Patel was retained by Delhi. His backyard proper Ahmedabad में तो मतलब उसने क्या फोड़े. लेकिन in terms of Gujarat, like I won't be surprised if we spoke about the spinners, they go for spinners in the long run because
They might even go
like
for
again,
Krunal Pandya.
Krunal Pandya, yes, that's a great shout. Because he's someone who knows Gujarat as well as someone who's able to bat and bowl, great spinner.
One thing is sure, if
yeah,
they're going for Krunal Pandya, they won't go for Deepak Hooda.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's obvious. I think
Easy.
Deepak Hooda will be kind of calling the shot this time. मतलब अभी बोल सकते हैं Deepak Hooda surprisingly is probably having an upper hand for a change. First
Yeah,
time
definitely.
Yeah.
He made it to the Indian team, and the place he's taking, if you actually see that, is Krunal Pandya's place.
Yeah.
Nice. Yes. So yes, it's going to be really interesting. Again, we saw a lot of names here. I could only put in few names here, which we feel are going to be a big buys. Final, I'll take a prediction from you guys. I know the number is difficult. क्योंकि कहीं भी जा सकता है. This auction, lot of cash available. Prasanna, who's going to be your biggest purchase, biggest marquee by this particular session?
Warner, hands down. I think he will definitely be, because now that I think he was ousted by Sunrisers. The way they treated him towards the end, not even playing him for one game, and the fact that they've not retained him, he will definitely have a point to prove, and he will definitely go for big bucks. I can see definitely Shenmurad Hetmeyer. He will definitely go for big bucks because he's that finisher kind of thing, and That's what you want in a T20. And
Okay, so I'm just taking two names. Okay, I'm taking two names. Yeah,
Warner
like
and Hetmeyer. The highest would probably be Warner. Second highest would probably be Hetmeyer.
okay,
Same thing
and
for the
okay, well, I'll take two names from Shrey as well. Shrey, which two names you think are going to be the biggest? It can be anyone, Indian or overseas.
I think for me, it's going to be Ishan Kishan and Yuzvendra Chahal.
Interesting. And Chirag?
Very difficult. Like, this is the most difficult part, I'll say, to go for a player, like to choose one player. I'll go with Ishan Kishan has to be the one, and everyone is backing Shreyas Iyer, but I don't think he'll go for the biggest bucks. He will go for big bucks, but not the biggest ones, because the franchisee he has to go. उसने पहले ही बात करके रखी हुई है. Take it in written from me. Auctions are on TV and things go behind that as well. That is very obvious. So I don't think Shreyas Iyer the second pick. I'll go with Shah Rukh Khan. I don't know why. He
Yeah,
has the
okay.
potential.
He will go for
Yeah.
8 crores minimum, I think.
Yeah, I feel so. And starting from 40 lakhs, the bids will be immensely great. I feel so.
Easily. Yeah.
Ishan Kishan and Shah Rukh Khan.
Interesting. And now, last question, I'll take final question, and that's going to be again, being an RCBian, I have to ask this. Predictions about who will be RCB captain. Prasanna?
I won't be surprised if they pick Manish Pandey and captain him, having that Karnataka
I
connect,
agree.
local
I
connect.
I'll be surprised, to be honest, because we haven't gone for a lot of locals for all these years, and then maybe that's why we haven't won. वो बोल सकते हैं. But yeah, that's a good call.
Finally, you've
Shrey,
taken
what
Mudal
about you?
Padikkal and you've let him now as well. So that's
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Now we couldn't have retained everyone. Like, and that's why I
Yeah.
went with that left field choice about leaving Virat and then buying him back. Like, Shrey, what about you for
I think
RCB?
it's going to be David Warner going to be the RCB captain.
Yeah, as in that's a huge. As in rumors say that वो शायद होने वाला है. But again, I know like ये team से background में बात करते हैं and all that. लेकिन let's be honest, there are teams like very KKR especially, and to some extent Rajasthan. They kind of bid for the sake of it a lot of times, or वो finally ends up somewhere else. That might happen.
Yeah.
So David Warner might be that guy. But Chirag, who do you see as RCB captain?
It could be Holder, but I'm not putting my bucks on Holder because I think he could go back to Hyderabad. Because I have heard rumors that RCB is looking to hold for Holder. Maybe who can be
Steve
RCB's
Smith,
captain?
I don't know, yaar.
No,
मतलब,
no, no, no. Never,
He
never,
won't be in the
never.
11.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's not a T20 player per se, to be honest.
I would
That's
rather
the
take
thing, obviously.
Labushane over Smith any day.
Yeah, that's a good.
And
Actually,
he also
that's
does
a
free
fair
spin.
call.
Not now.
Just,
Right.
I think captain will be someone who can be the captain. Yeah, not Shreyas Iyer. Never.
Faf?
Faf, I
Will they
feel
even
so
pick
Chennai
him?
and
I doubt.
Chennai was. Maybe Decock. He could be a good option for captaincy. No one is looking at him. He has left
I think he
Test cricket.
always retires from the captaincy. He has one bad match and he gives his resignation always.
But I
Nahin,
feel
exactly.
so. He
I
won't
wouldn't go for
he won't do
Peacock.
that at
Nahin.
he
I
won't do
think
that at an IPL franchisee, I guess.
no, but he had a very bad public thing, recently about
Yeah.
basically, as in
Black Lives
obviously we
Matter.
know what
Yeah,
happened.
South Africa
Exactly.
thing, that was holy.
Yeah, I don't think. मेरे ख्याल से it'll be a bad example. But again, things change. I know, but
What say if they take up a Harshal Patel and make him the captain? He was the domestic side captain. Or maybe a Shikhar Dhawan. The St. Marks, I mean the Delhi Link. They're in the same school, St. Marks. So that might be an option with Kohli.
I
But
think Shikhar Dhawan hai, Ashwin hai, Faf hai. These are all old school kind of captains.
you
So maybe
are
they
saying
will have.
you are saying Ashwin to captain Kohli.
That is
I'm
probably.
telling for. Yeah, there's for all teams in general. Na? मतलब in the entire pool that we are seeing. So these are
I'll
some
go Ishan Kishan.
captains.
I'll go Ishan Kishan. Ishan Kishan to open with Kohli.
Okay. Anyway, we have moved on for RCB. What I was trying to say here is basically Shikhar Dhawan, Ashwin, and basically Faf. Hai. These are players whom Raina even maybe teams will invest in them just for a season or jab when they are kind of building confidence in maybe in Ishan Kishan or maybe हम बात कर रहे थे about maybe Manish Pandey or anyone else जो really can become your long term captain. That can be one strategy. But yeah, that's something interesting because I know a lot of teams. Especially KKR and RCB, recent couple of seasons, they have gone for a shorter pool. So I won't be surprised if they are going for the marquee names and just going for the shorter pool. Like that will be really
And
interesting to see.
I'll just add a name before ending. We all forgot about Richie Dawgan. Good all-rounder, won the domestic
Yeah,
all over the
he
country.
was
Come
captain, I
back
think,
for
of
us.
Himachal.
A
Captain of Himachal
material,
Pradesh.
Yeah, yeah.
and the most in demand thing profile he fits. He is an all rounder that bowls well. That's the
I think
seeming all
even
rounder.
he's going to be in big demand, and even Hayden Kerr of 20 lakhs from Australia. I think these two players will be in very big demand.
And baby ABD going to RCB.
No, यार मतलब overseas we have to be really careful. Like we don't want too many overseas potential players who can not fit in the 11. क्योंकि फिर वो
I'll
problem हो
just put
जाती
on
है
this random name. Do you think he will get sold in the auction? Srisanth. Do you think he will get sold?
I wish to. I
No,
wish he does. I
I
wish he
wish,
does.
but I don't think so. They will
Maybe the new
pay him.
franchises at best. मतलब that's my guess. मतलब
Maybe a
I don't
team like
think.
Chennai. Dhoni has that
Yeah,
affection for such
Oh,
players.
okay.
yeah, they brought
Good
Pujara
one.
also last year as well.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
for the claps.
Just for namesake. I mean,
Yeah,
No, but they can get Shrishant for that thing, na. He's now in the politics as well in the south region. They can get that shirt sales. They can get everything sorted around that, if you know.
That's a great call because I think अभी याद है मुझे उत्तप्पा is still there. मतलब
yeah.
again he's a potential stopgap solution for a captain. Honestly
No, no, no,
speaking.
no, 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 no,
no,
no,
not
no,
a captain.
no. Not a captain. Not a
As a
captain.
squad player, yes, definitely.
Yes,
But
Yes.
captain, not really.
Not
Yeah,
at
not
all.
enough.
I
मतलब
I am even doubting Raina for the captaincy.
yeah,
I
Raina
don't
also,
think
yeah,
so.
because it's really not going to be more than one season. But yeah, certainly has a great discussion. Again, thanks guys for watching. जो भी देख रहा है, and of course do smash that like, check
1
out the
hour has just
description.
flown by like this. We didn't
Yeah.
even realize.
We have Prasanna's channel in the description. Football Medico. Check out Football Parliament as well, and of course Shrey FC. आप देखते हो इन लोग को maybe Almighty Blues FC में. Hopefully we'll have many more sessions as the IPL goes on. Of course we'll react to the auctions as well. And like I think Chirag said, he's doing a live stream tomorrow. So do join in on Football Medico. Firstly, Prasanna, any last words?
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to a great auction. Looking forward to losing my sleep because it starts at like 12:30 a.m. for me and ends at 7:30 a.m. for me. So imagine, I'm not sure, but hopefully it's a great auction. We're looking to definitely see teams buy some great players. Some Mumbai Indians buying someone for 2 crores. They'll probably make one. They'll probably do the first bid for someone and no one will buy him. That was the case for Chris Lynn. I genuinely thought he would go for big bucks, but Mumbai picked him and no one else even lifted the.
I thought he would have been the biggest buy in the season.
Exactly.
I thought so.
Oh, Mumbai Indians picked him and I looked around, no one was picking him, and I was like, how? And
That was the internal talks that matter.
yeah,
Right,
and
right.
I'll probably look forward to some surprise omissions because we all have that surprise omissions
Yeah.
every single year where you expect them to go, but they'll end up being
Okay,
unsold.
Prasanna, one question.
Yeah.
In the marquee players, the list you are seeing on the screen, anyone
Yeah.
who you think won't be going? Not the overseas, the Indian marquee players.
No, Indians will obviously go. Indians will go. They'll definitely go.
So who's
I
the
think-
overseas marquee player?
Yeah,
Smith?
overseas, I think market players will go. I think it's probably the lesser ones that will probably be unsold. I'm looking at the list here for foreign players. I think
I hope Matthew Wade gets picked up. Huh? By the way, he's
he's
been
playing
tremendous.
keeper as well.
great.
I think like foreigners, you have these players like Taskin Ahmed, Marsan Delange, Shahan Abbott, Shaki Mohammed, and all. I think they'll probably.
No, but a surprise one. The
no, I
ones you
think
are seen on the
about
screen.
Marchand and Lang. I think they won't go unsold. They've had a good domestic season. I think.
I mean, most of them had. I mean,
Seen about. I think he
yeah,
had
but
like
the thing is, IPL is you only have 4 players, four
Yeah,
players in
yeah.
11,
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
buying a player just to keep him on the bench doesn't make sense. I mean,
yeah.
even CSK, we bought Sandner, we hardly used him. We all know what a utility player he is. He has been for New Zealand. So
We bought Tahir and we did not use him in the last season.
Oh,
see, that's
you're
the thing
spoiled,
with
yeah. You're
that's
spoiled.
the thing with
Let's put it that
just
way.
4 foreigners in the 11. You can't pick many. You can't pick many. But you're usually looking forward to a great auction. Looking forward to seeing many players, and let's just hope for the best. And can't wait for IPL already on March 29th. Bring it on. I'm waiting.
Sure. Shrey, anything that you'd like to add finally?
I think at first, like Prasanna is waiting. I think I'm waiting as a Mumbai fan to beat Chennai. I think again, as always, I'm again to retain an IPL title. And along with that, I think overall it's gonna be a bit tough for me to watch. In work, I have to hide my mobile and watch it. I think that's gonna be the case for me. Enjoying the auction, like it always is. I think at last I will always say, like, I know Punjab Kings are going to enter in me in the auction. I know they're going to pay, like last year they paid 15 crore some around for Jai Richardson, 10 crore around for Riley Meredith. So I can see some big buys for Punjab Kings, which we're going to have a good enjoy on. They're going to fail upon, and always like they're going to go trophyless, and RCB will also go trophyless. So That's from me. And
We had to bring
sorry,
that.
Ankit, brother, but
Well,
RCB
well,
is just
whatever be it, like, come on, like, along with CSK, let's be honest, we have the best fans. Like, let's be honest
no,
about
no.
that. Like,
Mumbai, man.
anyway, then I'll give you that
I
one.
was
But yeah, I
surprised you
think,
bought Jameson for 15 crores, used him for the first part, used him just against
Yeah.
KKR, and the other games he didn't even play, and you
Yeah.
prefer Dan Christian on him for some reason. I don't know why.
See, I think
And
Prasanna, I
the same
remember
guy cost you the test club test championship.
Test
Then
World
championship.
Test Championship.
he's going against Kohli.
Yeah.
See, that is RCB for you, and that's something that it always keeps the interest going. Let's put it that way. I'll look at the positive side. But Chirag, anything that you'd like to add as well?
Just hoping for a very good auction tomorrow. Tomorrow's morning session will be very crucial. I
Yep.
think so. You will get the cores in the morning session when marquee players are sold. I want to
Correct.
see what the new franchises are getting onto the table. What are their strategies?
The first 3-4 hours will probably be when the playing 11 is kind of almost dead and done, and the rest of
Yeah,
rest of the session and Sunday will probably just be to fill
Yeah.
up the 25-man squad.
Sunday will be, I think, a boring one because most things will be completed by Saturday.
Yeah.
The only thing I am waiting for Sunday is Jofra Archer coming for the accelerator and who takes the bid to how long. Because Jofra Archer is in the accelerator this year.
That is what I think Akash Chopra covered in his video recently, right? About the secret bid.
Yeah.
That's a long-term strategy. इसलिए मतलब आप thumbnail भी देख रहे हो जोफ्रा आर्चर क्यों है? Because he's not available for this season technically. लेकिन we know that it's a big game. It's a long game. And that is why CSK and Mumbai, let's be honest, like that's why they've been doing really well along with KKR, you can say, because they have been building for the future, and hopefully, as in it's high time that Delhi, RCB, etc., get in the mix of winning things. And
They are getting close. I mean, last 3 years they've been doing pretty well. They've kind of.
I think even RCB played well last season for me. I think it's just in the end.
Thank you, Shrey. Thank you.
Even RCB
Yeah,
and
because
Delhi-
RCB is
Delhi.
like they will play well. Even 2020 season, I think towards the last 4 games and the thing before that they were playing they were playing tremendous cricket. And
Yeah.
I think one thing to notice, Kohli was in great form. And I remember that match against CSK where he tore us apart in the last 5 overs. And
Yeah,
the thing is, some like RCB, they'll definitely look for number 3. I mean, number 3 was so inconsistent. You tried out Sundar, you tried out Patidar, you tried out.
They might even go for 2 openers and go Kohli as number 3 now.
I think
Maybe
they'll go
because
back for
we
KS
don't have
Bharat.
ALD.
KS Bharat, I think they go back for him. KS Bharat.
Yeah, they
And
will.
one more
I
thing,
think they will.
no one is talking about keepers. One keeper might go very big as well because I think only 2 or 3 franchises have their keepers fixed. Sanju Samson, Dhoni, and Pant. These are the only picks I
Yeah.
remember. So you might see a very good bidding board for Quinton de Kock, Bears,
And
Stroke,
McDermott.
Wade,
yeah,
hopefully.
McDermott, Wade, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, as in a lot of discussion, I know हम कल भी discuss करेंगे चिराग के channel पे, लेकिन hopefully we guys have a good fun session in terms of what the bidding is going to be. Like again, it's not just the bids, it's about how they kind of structure in the team, and hopefully that balance is something that most of the teams will get it right. And yes, till next time, take care, and we'll be back very soon. And again, thanks for joining. Do check out the description, smash that like and subscribe, and press that bell notification icon. Very important.